Hello, my friends. How are you guys today? So, right now, there are some messages going around that were leaked by Nadatha. And for those of you that don't know who that is, she used to be locked up with Gypsy Rose Manson, and I think they used to be friends. These messages were a little hard for me to read, so I wanted to just read them to you guys instead of you having to go and organize them like I just had to do. And I also think I'm missing some. So the way it ends, I don't think I have all of the conversation. Now, I have been seeing more and more of Nadatha. It's my understanding that she reactivated her YT account or something like that, and she has came to the anti-gypsy side. Now, I don't know if she was always anti-gypsy, but they were locked up together. So were they friends at one point, or what's the story there? Because I don't know. Me. ICBC was one of the best classes I've ever taken, and the things I felt going through that class made me feel so many new emotions through a new perspective. And then what changed? I'm sure people wonder. Well, I got out and lived some life, and at first people was supportive. Then Fancy and her conspiracy theories started becoming more prevalent, and people started to believe her. Suddenly, I became someone I'm not, and my story became something it isn't. Did I intentionally seek out Nick with the understanding that he was diagnosed with autism? No. I saw a guy I thought was cute and was into video games, so I messaged him. From there, I felt a deep connection with how intriguing his level of a desire for love. That deep soulmate love I had seen in Disney movies. I was in love with the idea of love, and so our relationship began. I always had a habit of giving my heart too fast, a habit that stayed with me throughout my sentence. So people understand that when people say I manipulated him, it wasn't intentional. I truly thought I was in love. So it irks my nerves to hear that because people don't know how I felt at that time. He was everything and a hero to me at that time. He knew of my life and was so focused on a normal life, I got lost in the fantasy. I knew my mother would never let me go, and I really did see it as her or me, and I chose to take a way out that I hope no one ever follows in my footsteps. My interrogation was purely self-preservation. Duh! I was frightened, as anyone else would be in my situation in jail. Nick and I would write messages to each other, holding on to this little idea of love. Then our attorneys make sure we were separated, making sure any communication was impossible. And then it became every man for himself. I took my plea deal and he awaited trial. Slowly through time and experience with men I met while in prison, like Ken and Ryan, I learned that they were not like Nick at all. Our conversations were not about dominance or control, vampires or submissive. They were about the simple things in life, like what did you eat for breakfast? Tell me about your grandma and stories of your childhood, normal things. Then I started to realize that Nick was not quite right mentally. And I'm not talking about autism. I fully understood that there is something called unintentional manipulation. And I understood the cause and effect my actions had on Nick. And I took accountability for that. But then when I got out, everyone threw it in my face. And so I wanted to show that, yes, I understand what I did was wrong, but he isn't innocent. So I'm the type of person that I'm big on fairness. If you hate me, hate him. If you love me, also have compassion for him. I'm not against Nick. What I am against is people like Nina who show some of the FOIA records, but not others to create and sculpt a narrative that fits their points. I'm the kind of person that says read every document on that case file to show the full picture. This is Gypsy Blanchard's poor attempt to manipulate Nadatha. And I don't know if it worked or not. Like, I don't know if they were ever really friends. I don't know the story there, but I'm going to tag Nadatha in this. Neither me nor Nick was a innocent in this situation. And to be perfectly frank, neither was my mother. Everything that people claim that I am on this app, my mother was tenfold. Did she deserve what she got? Absolutely not. And that is a regret that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. People don't see behind closed doors how I cope. What they say is trendy TikTok videos, interviews with different media outlets. They see what I want them to see. And what I don't want them to see is me crying, me breaking down, me. Through time, my perspectives have changed. Through time, my coping mechanisms have changed through time. I have wanted to have a voice and I only want people to see the full picture of what happened. So yes, I put out emails that Nick wrote to his ex-girlfriend slash friend because in those emails, you see a pattern of behavior that was before me, during me, and after me. And I think context matters. He is a deeply disturbed man who needs extensive mental health therapy. Do I think prison is the right place for him? No, because he's clearly not getting the help he needs in prison. I think he would be best suited for a facility that can give him true individual intensive therapy. And again, please don't feel like I am mitigating my responsibility to this crime. All I'm saying is that I am opening up to you and sharing how I feel, how I felt, in the hopes you understand where I'm coming from as someone who I feel is very misunderstood on this app. I have made many mistakes throughout my life, but the only one thing that I feel like I have done right is by my daughter, Aurora. I love my daughter with all of my heart and will protect her from this cruelty of this app in the world as best as I can. Then you need to log off, Gypsy. I know that she will grow up having to face many challenges with me as her mother. Most likely, she will be bullied in school. And when she is old enough to use social media, she will discover many of these content creators, videos, and the only hope that I have of her knowing that I am not a monster is the life that we will provide for her growing up as a mother. I want to give my daughter everything that I didn't get to experience. I will show her the unconditional love with no strings attached that I didn't get. I will listen to her, wants her voice, her needs, her dreams, and encourage her to always do the right thing. I don't care if the world hates me. As long as I have my little family, I am happy. As long as I can wake up and do one thing right a day, then I'm doing good. People expect grand things from me, but come the end of the year, this account with 9.5 million followers probably won't exist because TikTok is being replaced by a oh my goodness, where do I begin, you guys? This is standard Gypsy word vomit. Everything she's saying about Nick, she should be saying about herself. This is when Gypsy was in her era of unintentional manipulation or accidental manipulation. Like, that is such a cop out. Gypsy is always duck and rag. She's using nonsensical buzzwords and still talking crap about her dead mother, saying that Dee Dee was tenfold all these rumors we hear about Gypsy, basically saying the stuff that we hear about Gypsy is not true, but Dee Dee was tenfold that. I've kind of been practicing like getting the stuff out there so you guys can see it. And I really haven't commentated on a lot of it. I still haven't even commented on the leaked Discord call. I've yet to do that. Don't worry, I will eventually. Now, Nadatha, I know you don't know me, but I have a question for you. What caused you to want to leak these messages? Like, what is it that said, oh, I'm not doing this anymore? And what it looks like to me is a Gypsy auto reply, the same thing she used to send out in all her emails to try to get her supporters to help get her free.